Welcome to RiskWatch. I'm Jonathan Ferguson. Cyber attacks pose an ever-increasing and ever-changing threat to your institution. And with more and more of banking moving online, it is vital that your institution stays up to date with cybersecurity to avoid being the next news headline. Here to explain the fundamentals of cybersecurity is Dennis Agle of AffirmX. Dennis?
Thanks, Jonathan. The threat of a cyber attack, even for smaller financial institutions, is growing. In light of recent attacks, the FFIEC recently published an information security booklet reminding institutions how they can best protect themselves. The booklet outlines several key areas of focus, but all of them are based on one thing: a sound security culture at the financial institution. Before even the most well-written and all-encompassing information security program can be effective, an institution needs to have a strong security culture. That starts at the top with the board and senior management. They are the ones responsible for providing appropriate resources for developing, implementing, and maintaining the information security program. Their attitude about information security will trickle down to all other employees and can help entrench a security culture within the institution. We hear a lot about the importance of an institution's culture, but how can you tell yours is strong? The best method is by looking at the introduction of new business initiatives, such as a new product or service offering. An institution with a strong security culture integrates information security into new initiatives from the outset and throughout the life cycles of those products and services. Another indicator of an effective culture is whether management and employees are held accountable for complying with the institution's security program. If employees see senior management skirting security rules, then we shouldn't be surprised when they start skirting them too, when no one is watching. Once you've established a sound security culture, then it's time to focus on the 4 key areas of a solid information security program. First is risk identification. Risk is generally divided into categories. Operational risk, for example. Operational risk is the risk of failure or loss resulting from inadequate processes, people, or systems. Both internal events and external events affect operational risk. Internal events include human errors, misconduct, and insider attacks, while external events include natural disasters, cyber attacks, changes in market conditions, new competitors, and new technologies. An effective information security program includes processes to continuously identify threats and vulnerabilities from both internal and external events. Risk identification should categorize threats, sources, and vulnerabilities to determine the institution's risk profile. The second key area is risk measurement. A good risk measurement process effectively determines how much risk a threat or vulnerability poses to an institution. Threat analysis tools also help in understanding and measuring risk information. Some of these tools include event trees, attack trees, and kill chains. These tools help to break down an event into different stages to better understand what happens, when it happens, and how. In addition to threat analysis tools, a method of categorization for security-related events can help to map threats and vulnerabilities, highlight potential areas for mitigation, and allow comparisons between different threats and events. Third is risk mitigation. Identifying and measuring various risks is useless without a sound plan to mitigate those risks. An effective risk mitigation plan includes an understanding of the quality and extent of the current control environment. Threats and events can be unique and often require case-by-case treatment. Your risk mitigation program should include procedures for how to tailor mitigation action to individual risks. Obtaining, analyzing, and responding to information from various sources on cyber threats and vulnerabilities are also important. Compiling this information into a repository of cybersecurity information will help with conducting risk assessments and will help you establish cyber risk trends. Fourth and last is risk monitoring and reporting. A successful risk monitoring and reporting program tracks information about an institution's risk profile and identifies gaps in risk mitigation effectiveness. Because threats change frequently, particularly in the way they can exploit vulnerabilities, monitoring is essential. Having a current risk profile that takes into account changing risks will help keep your institution secure. Following these guidelines will help you stay ahead of cybersecurity threats. Because these threats are constantly changing and adapting, what is more important than having a state-of-the-art cyber defense today is creating an environment where your institution is committed to constantly assessing risks and evolving to meet those risks tomorrow.
Thanks, Dennis. For more information about cybersecurity risk assessments or to contact Dennis, please visit riskinbox.com/resources. I'm Jonathan Ferguson for RiskWatch. Thanks for watching.